Hey there everyone, my name is Jeff. Welcome to Imagination Tech and my messy workspace / man cave. So today we are going to be taking a look at some new products that just came in the mail. Actually, it came in the mail around 3 or 4 weeks ago, and these are from our friends over at MEPS. So if you hate them for whatever reason, then feel free to switch off right now. But if not, I will present to you just the facts. We're going to unbox this thing. I'm going to show you these new products from MEPS. Stay tuned. So welcome back, and we are going to be taking a look at the contents of this box that MEPS sent us. This does not come with any contract, so I am not obligated to give them a favorable review. I will, however, give my honest opinions and thoughts about this. Since I don't have a contract for this, they just send me the products, and I don't have to send it to them for their review as well. They offered to send me a couple of products from their store. And just like in my Frelon Y6 build, I did demand quite a bit from them, and this time I demanded quite a lot. Thankfully, they said yes. So first up on our on this, okay, got my box cutters. Right. So let's do a quick rundown of everything that they sent us. They sent us their this is their SZ. What's it called? F7 HD flight controller. This can work with a DJI system, or a walk-snail system, or even an HD0 system, so it doesn't really matter. And they also sent me this SZ60 amp ESC, as well as these four 2806, I believe, SZ2806.5 1300 kV motor. So this is not for your typical 5-inch motor. This is not your typical 5-inch motor. This is actually a motor that's meant for something bigger, like around 6 or 7 inch. So initially they asked if I wanted to do a video for them, and I could choose a flight controller or an ESC or the stack or the motors. And I said, send me both the motors and the stack, and I'll do a video for them. So yeah, after a few days, they caved and came back to me and said that my request was approved. So here we are. All right, so let's go ahead and open this SZ. What's this called again? F7 HD. So I've actually never used an F7 flight controller. I've always just been using F4. Well, first of all, because of the price, but since they were sending this for free and they didn't have an equivalent F4 flight controller, then I believe it's supposed to just slide out, but it's not. Okay, it's just tight. So again, we have this really nice, oh okay, so this is not a sticker, but it is really nice. It's just the cover for the box. And here we have our flight controller. So you have these pins underneath, but you also have this connector up here, and these are just the breakout pads for that. And you have your you have a couple of UARTs here. I see that there's UART2 over here, UART5, UART3, and UART4. Okay, and then you also have, I believe this is the plug that you use if you have a digital system like a DJI or a walk-snail. You can just plug that in and you're all set to go. No need to configure anything, or no need to solder anything for your VTX and camera separately. Since this is an HD flight controller, you are not going to be able to use this for an analog an analog system. So there are no pads for your VTX or your video, and there's no OSD chip on here, at least not in the traditional sense. So yeah, here it is, and you get also a bag of these connectors, extra spare connectors, and looks like 2 sets of gummies. So that is going to be really useful. At least if you have these, you can use this as spares for a future build. So let's go head on over to our ESC. This is actually a very big box, probably one of the biggest boxes for an ESC that I've seen. But then again, MEPS is positioning themselves as a brand for premium products, so you might as well have really nice packaging. And if we're going to be judging them on their packaging, I would say they're doing a pretty good job. So here we have our MEPS SZ 60 amp ESC, so that's a lot of amps, probably just enough if we're going to be running these really beefy motors on this. But if you're going to be flying long range, then 60 amps is plenty, because you're not going to be doing a lot of full throttles. So this box is really tough to open. Okay, finally got it open. So once again, they have this circle, not a sticker, just like the one in the flight controller, but it's still pretty nice. So the ESC is quite big, as you can see. These are the 30 by 30 mounting holes, but the ESC itself is much larger than that 30 by 30 mounting pattern. So it's has a nice design over here. It's a 4-in-1 32-bit ESC, so it's probably running BL Heli 32. But yes, there's nice spacings for the pads. There's your pad for your LiPo, and there's a connector so that you can connect this directly to your flight controller. So if you are going to be building with the MEPS stack, it's pretty convenient. Much like a lot of stacks these days, it's just pretty much plug and play. You just connect the two boards together, and then just solder your peripherals like your receiver, your video system, and your maybe your beeper and GPS. Right, so let's head on over to our motors. So these are 4 motors. I didn't ask for 6 motors, so this is not going onto a Y6 frame this time. This is just going to go into a regular regular quad. Yep. So you kind of wonder why the box is this stubborn. Okay, so apparently it's not a slide out box, it's just a regular flip top box. So probably that's why. And I've never really flown anything larger than a 6-inch, and even my 6-inch used regular 2207 2306 motors. So this is the largest motor that I've ever seen for a quad. Actually, even my DJI, even my Phantom doesn't have a this big of a motor. So it's a really nice anodized aluminum. It's a 2806.5 1300 kV, so it's nice and low kV. You can feel the magnets when you rotate this, and it appears like a a unibell design. Now, a lot of the criticisms MEPS got from their previous motors or their other motors was that it looked like a unibell design, but it had a separate ring inside, and a lot of people were saying that wasn't a true unibell design. But I talked a lot about this in my previous video, so I'll just link it up here. But even if it has a magnetic ring, that's exactly how a lot of other motor manufacturers do it. T-Motor does it, RC Power does it. So MEPS is not doing anything, MEPS is not cheating you. This is a unibell motor. So even it's not a split design in that the outer housing is one piece, regardless if it has a separate magnet ring inside, which it does. Well, make no mistake about it. It does have a magnetic ring inside, so you can see that. But yes, again, if you take a look at the construction of an RC Power motor or a T-Motor motor that has a unibell design with a separate magnetic flux ring, then, and they call it a unibell as well. They're just doing whatever the rest of the industry is doing. It has nice long wires, obviously, because it's going to be on a longer quad. So you know, it's longer than what you usually get with a 5-inch motor. We'll still probably need to cut this because it's a little bit long. They usually, you know, motor manufacturers usually put a lot more wire than what is needed, so that's pretty nice. It has these spare screws. It has a spare, what do you call that? I forgot what to call that. The O-ring, yeah, and some motor mounting holes. So depends on your frame. It's probably going to fit most frames, but if your frame is a little bit too thick, if your frame arms are a little bit too thick, then that you might have to get other longer screws. But for your standard frames, then probably will suffice. Alright, so that is it for this quick video. I just wanted to unbox these things before New Year. It's after Christmas, so it feels like a Christmas present from MEPS. Even though this thing came in, I think, first week of December or latter part of November. But I told them that, you know, I was busy. I was preparing for the mountain surfing challenge, which is open to, you know, everyone in the Philippines who, if you want to enter our year-end long range and mountain surfing challenge. Deals are down in the description below. We are going to have a 7-inch build coming very, very soon using these exact parts. So it's going to be a MEPS King 7-inch build, and looking forward to editing that. Aside from that, we have a lot of things in the pipeline as well. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you like this video, make sure you click on that like button and make sure you're subscribed. All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that and greeting you all a Happy New Year and see you in 2024. As always, keep building and keep flying.